The words I'm reading today, unity in the body of Christ. This is Ephesians 4, 1-16. As a prisoner for the Lord, then I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, just as you were called to one hope when you were called. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all and through all and in all. But to each one of us, grace has been given as Christ apportioned it. This is why it says, when he ascended on high, he led captives in his train and gave gifts to men. What does he ascended mean, except he also descended to the lower earthly regions? He who descended is the very one who ascended higher than all the heavens, in order to fill the whole universe. It was he who gave some to be apostles, some to be prophets, some to be evangelists, and some to be pastors and teachers, to prepare God's people for works and services, so that the body of Christ may be built up until all reach unity in the faith and in knowledge of the Son of God and become mature, attaining the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. Then we will no longer be infants, tossed back and forth by waves and blown here and there by every wind of teaching and by every cunning and craftiness of men in their deceitful scheming. Instead, speaking the truth in love, we will in all things grow up into him who is the head, that is Christ. From him, the whole body, joined and held together by every supporting ligament, grows and builds itself up in love as each part does its work. These are the Lord's words.
Thanks be to God. Listen to this description of what the human body is. I found it on the web. I thought it summarized it very well. The body is a temple. It is a warehouse. It is a laboratory. The body is a pharmacy. In fact, the blade alone produces more than 50 psychoactive drugs. The body is an electrical company. It is a mass transit system. It is a library. In fact, apparently, it has an equivalent information of 500 sets of Encyclopedia Britannica. It is a utility company. It is a hospital. It is a sewage treatment plant. It is also a self-regulating police force, with daily infusions of millions of microscopic criminals and terrorists to apprehend, an array of traffic controllers, an army of medics and mechanics, a trillion placelets cruise the circular system daily in reach of who can search for wounds. It has motors, it has pumps, it has compressors, it has vacuums, regulators, air compressors, furnaces, plumbing, filters, strainers, thermostats, alarm clocks, timers, and more and more. That doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of how incredible the human body is that God has made. Psalm 139:14 declares, we are fearfully and we are wonderfully made. But it's amazing, as incredible as the human body is, it does not even begin to compare with the body of Christ, the mystical body of Christ. I don't mean the literal body, I mean his spiritual body he calls the church.